Good morning and welcome to Coney Island. Today we are highlighting an exciting event occurring this coming Sunday, the 15th of December, here at Coney Island. The Pink Sand Scrambling motocross race. This event is historic and marks the return of motocross to the place where it all started. A sport that has been part of Bermuda's history but has not taken place at this venue in many years. I'm joined this morning by the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport, Senator the Honorable Owen Darrell, JP, the Honorable Zane De Silva, JP MP, is in a dual role as Chairman of the National Parks Commission and CEO of Island Construction, a sponsor of this event. Mr. Larry Simons, nobody knows who that is because they don't know his first name. Mr. Larry Saki Simons, mentor and chief assistant to the man of the hour and creator of this event, Mr. Jair Mitchell. This young man is an outstanding example of a bright, committed, focused, and visionary young Bermudian. I know there has been significant interest and some debate surrounding this event, and I want to take this opportunity to address why I made the decision to approve it and what the public can expect. First, let me be clear. As Minister of Public Works, I receive recommendations from the National Parks Commission on a regular basis. It is my responsibility to carefully evaluate every proposal that comes across my desk. In this case, the event was reviewed in accordance with the Bermuda National Parks Act 1986, and it received input from the National Parks Commission. While I consider those concerns, I also must view the broader context of balance in the community. So I met with Jair and his team to seek their response to the NPC concerns. To say that their response was comprehensive would be an understatement. They had satisfactorily answered each point raised by the Commission. Additionally, I subsequently met with the team here at Coney Island to walk the course and learn what plans they had for the site. This event offers a unique opportunity for community engagement, youth empowerment, and sports tourism while posing no long-term harm to the environment. Oftentimes, leadership requires making decisions that might not please everyone, but are in the best interests of the island as a whole. This is one of those decisions. This is a young Bermudian with international experience in professional motocross racing and event planning. His proposal was thorough and professional and clearly demonstrated a commitment to making the event a success, not just for himself, but for the entire community. It is time we as a country stop being the country of no to everything. Our people, young and old, will never reach their full potential if not given the opportunity to shine. In fact, supporting our youth has always been a cornerstone of my work. This event isn't just about a motocross race. It's about showcasing what Bermudian talent can achieve on a global stage. This young organizer, Mr. Jair Mitchell, represents the innovation, determination, and professionalism we all should be eager to encourage and support. He deserves a chance to succeed, and I'm proud to stand with him in this effort. The track features will be temporary, including the soil and mulch jumps. They will be dismantled and removed immediately following the event, leaving no lasting changes to the landscape. Additionally, the walking trails, which have been incorporated into the track design, will be fully restored to their original condition. No trees will be removed as part of this event, and the track will adhere to existing pathways to avoid further disrupting the environment. The organizers have worked closely with my ministry to ensure that all preparations respect the local ecosystems. For example, track production will strictly follow existing trails, and no additional clearing of vegetation beyond essential brush trimming will occur. Temporary features such as portable facilities and fencing will be carefully removed, ensuring that the site is left in its natural state as quickly as possible after the event. Moreover, we are treating this as a controlled, one-off pilot project. This allows us to assess not only the success of the event, but also the effectiveness of our environmental safeguards. The planning department has twice confirmed that no planning permissions are required for the work being carried out, underscoring that this is a temporary, low-impact public land use. We will carry out a post-mortem after the event and consider any feedback or lessons learned before deciding on any possible future actions. Finally, I want to emphasize that events like this are about more than just the sport. They are about creating opportunities for Bermudians, bringing together different generations, and attracting positive international attention to our island. I hope to see many of you at Coney Island this Sunday. This is an opportunity to enjoy an exciting day of motocross, camaraderie, and to support the efforts of a talented young Bermudian who is positively impacting our community. I now call on Mr. Darrell to give a few comments.
Thank you, Colonel. Good morning, everyone. Today is an exciting day for Bermuda as we celebrate the return of motocross to Coney Island after more than 2 decades. Pink Sand Scrambling is putting the thrill of motocross back on the map, with our island's best riders and international talent coming together to compete, including the 2024 Canadian Women's Champion. This $10,000 dash for cash is a game changer for the sport in Bermuda, and I know that we're in for some incredible action. I want to especially highlight the young Bermudians who have had the vision to bring this to life. It takes courage, it takes creativity to step forward with something bold, and their effort is exactly what we need to keep pushing Bermuda ahead in sports and tourism. While we know there have been some mixed feelings about this event, what's happening here today is proof of what can be achieved when passion and determination come together. Events like this don't just entertain, they inspire. They bring community together to show the world that Bermuda is a place of talent, energy, and unforgettable experiences. To those that have pulled together to make this happen, to all the riders, to the spectators that I know will be coming out, thank you for being a part of this moment. I will be here on Sunday to witness the action live and direct. Let's cheer each other on. Let's continue to think big for sports in Bermuda. Thank you, and I'll see you on Sunday at the track.
Yes.
He's nervous.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
nervous,
know why.
and I have no notes. I first would like, I'm telling you. First, I would like to thank the ministry for this opportunity for the young people of Bermuda and for this sport to grow in Bermuda, especially these 3 men behind me. These are the people that told me yes. They gave me some feedback, but these are the people that have made this happen. And racing starts 11 o'clock sharp. We're on a time schedule, and one is on the line.
Oh, no.
Nervous.
Yes,
Oh, Lord.
I just like to thank the most important people, ministers, Island Construction, and Bow Skyline. For without these guys, I think we would never get done. So I just want to thank everybody. Public, we're going to give you a good show on Sunday, so be ready. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. At this time, we'll invite some questions from the news media, starting with the Royal Gazette.
Thank you. Cool. Good morning. Gareth Finnegan from the Royal Gazette. First of all, Mr. Burch, I just want to clarify, could you give me the dimensions of the track, how long it is, how wide it is?
Somebody else can do that. I have no clue.
The track follows the existing walking path, so I would guesstimate it's between 15 and 18 feet wide. Distance-wise, I have no idea, but it should be on lap time around 50 seconds on a bike.
Right. And how much vegetation had to be cleared? Apart from, I know the minister said, no trees were taken down or anything, but how much clearance was needed?
It was very minimal clearance. Most stuff up here is already on the walking path with no trees. Out the back, it was small brush taken away, but outside of that, none.
Pretty minimal.
Yes.
Okay. And who carried out the work? Again, Minister, perhaps a question for you. There's, I noticed there's some Public Works vehicles here. Was it a Public Works job, or was Pink Sands responsible for that?
No, that was entirely Pink Sands. He works for Public Works as well. That's why the truck's here. But he's taken vacation time to do the work.
Okay, using a government vehicle?
Sorry?
Using a government vehicle?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. And was Island Construction involved at all?
Island Construction provided, well, you tell them.
Yes, yes. We provided some trucking services to collect the mulch from up at the facility up in Pembroke and brought it here. And I think also we may have brought a few loads of screenings down as well.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Silla. And back to Colonel Burch, if I may. You say that this is going to be a game changer and it's historic event. But of course, a lot of environmental groups have expressed concern, and they've raised the question, why can't this event be held at Southside? Why? There's a purpose-built track there, so why does it have to be held here?
Okay, that's a perfect question. That was one of the issues that the Parks Commission had to Jair at the very beginning. Why not go to Southside? And so I asked that question when I met with him, along with the others that were on the list. And I said, why not go to Southside, where there's a track? He said, and you can correct me if I've got this wrong, I think it's a direct quote, no overseas rider will come and ride on that track, which is man-made. This isn't. This is a natural environment and a track that provides more challenges than Southside, and so that's the reason why Coney Island. And it has a history of providing that activity in the past.
Minister, one other point. You stated that this is a one-off pilot event, which suggests that depending on how it goes, there might be further events held here. Is that correct? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you know how frequently?
I don't know any of that.
No?
We will have the one event, and then we will do a post-mortem, which is an assessment of what has taken place, and we'll look at if we can continue this in the future. Let me just say, make a comment about your question about the environmentalists. Mm-hmm. I get it, but you cannot save every tree in the country. You cannot save every blade of grass. There has to be a balance. And whilst the environmental community object to virtually everything this ministry tries to do, I find that unreasonable. I think that the approach has got to be balance. And I think that we make a real effort to arrive at that balance on an individualized basis. This used to be a significant motocross location. We went to Southside, but the efforts to put on this event are not damaging the environment in any way.
I think if people could, sorry to interrupt, Mr. I think if people could see this now, I think they would say it's damaging to the environment.
Pardon?
I think if people could see the current state of the island now, I think they would say it's damaging to the island,
they would.
environment. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should put out some of the pictures of what it looked like before any of this activity took place.
Can I answer your question real
No, I
quick?
haven't finished.
Can I
Sure.
answer your question? Sure. This is a public park, so it has public interest. I do understand environmentalists are part of the public, but it's not a nature reserve. I know they don't understand that this is a public community park, but the public will be here, and that's our interest. I'm not asking to have this back forever. It was a one-off event for now. They have how much parks in Bermuda that they can go to for one day? That's my answer to your question.
Just
Yes.
if you don't mind. Could you tell me how many competitors are going to be taking part in this event? How many are Bermudian and how many are from overseas, international?
Overseas is going to be 4, and then 2 other Bermudians that came back to race this, and maybe 80 Bermudians.
Okay.
Just need to get to Bermuda Broadcasting.
Can I just ask one more question, please? Can you confirm that Senator Darrell's brother is part of Pink Sand Scrambling? Is he involved at all?
The connection that you were trying to make is a completely separate company from this young man's. And it's quite frankly disrespectful that the Royal Gazette or anybody would not do their research into Jair Mitchell and the organization that he has and is putting on this great event. So to answer your question, the answer is no. There is no connection between the 2 companies of which you speak of.
Thank you, Mr.
Is your brother involved in scrambling?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Has never touched a scrambling bike in his life.
All right, Gary, we're going to go to the Bermuda Broadcasting.
Okay, Judy Matthews-Borchardt from Bermuda Broadcasting. Minister Darrell, you said this was a game-changing event. How so?
This is a game changer. I met Mr. Mitchell maybe a year and a half ago now, and he came, and it was not specifically about this event. It was to enlighten me about the successful career that he has had in motocross, traveling around the world. As Colonel Burch did say, to listen to this young man's story was very inspiring. To hear that, the struggles that he had to get where he is in his sport, driving maybe from race to race on his own with a trailer behind his vehicle, was just a story to be told. So for him to come back and say, I want to bring the experience that I've seen around the world to Bermuda. I want to put on an event that's going to bring some overseas talent to Bermuda. It definitely is a game changer. I have pictures of coming to Coney Island as a young man, as a boy, with family members. And, I asked questions when I got here. It says, all I remembered was, where's the big jump? So they pointed that in the direction. So, I know people, friends of mine are very excited to come down on Sunday. And when I say it's a game changer, it is a conversation I was having just this morning, where many of the events and activities that Bermudians used to look forward to, and I remember people used to get their shirts and their gear to come to Coney Island and watch. If that brings the vibrancy back to motocross, no matter where the location is, but if it gets people to recognize some of the riders. I had the opportunity to go down to Southside and see some of the riders, and I was shocked. Individuals that we might pass on our daily lives, to see that they are involved in this sport. So that's the game changer, to really bring it back to the fore and to show people, hey, motocross is still a very vibrant sport in this country. And as Jair is an example, that has also moved beyond our shores.
I'd like to say one thing if I could. Jair, come here. My game-changing view is a little different than the minister's. This is a game changer right here. We have a young black man whose vision is to see this sport be propelled. My game changing for you, when you came to me, was how many young men is he going to encourage, if they have a vision, to let me be bold and try and make it come true. So that's my game changer.
Thank you for your words.
All right?
Minister Burch, in terms of noise, the impact on the environment it also involves noise pollution. We're having, I believe, 80 riders who will be involved in this. That's got to have an impact, and how do the neighbors feel about that?
So, we as a country, I said in my statement, have to be turn into a country that doesn't say no to every new event that somebody comes up with in this country. And as long as I have this responsibility, my first response is going to be yes, try. This is the first time this has been done. And I was so impressed when I met with him. I thought, this is worth exploring, and we explored it. We're a country, in my humble opinion, where the environmentalists object to everything. That can't be right. There's a majority of people in this country who are not environmentalists, or at least are not obsessed with environmental issues on every single subject. And so it's striking the balance. And that balance gets to be decided by me presently, because the responsibility falls to every minister of public works. And as long as I have that responsibility, I'm going to strike the balance. And I'm going to start with, yes, let's explore new options and new opportunities for parks. The Parks Commission has that mandate from me. And they've been doing all sorts of new things in parks that have not got the public attention that this has. But there has to be a balance. And I would ask the environmental community to try and strike a balance between what they object to and what they support. There is an item on my plate that I've said yes to that I think is going to please the environmentalists. I'm not at a stage where I can announce it yet because we haven't signed all the dots on the dotted line. But I don't say yes to everything that comes before me. There has to be a balance. And I came down here and I looked, and yes, there are going to be 80 riders, probably 100 riders. They're riding on the trail that already exists. And for people who came to this site before this event was approved, you should talk to some of them. It looked a whole lot different than it looks now. They've done an incredible amount of work to bring it up to this standard, and I think that both the media and the environmentalists and the rest of the country will see on Sunday that this activity brings this community together. Minister Darrell mentioned he went to Southside. So did I. About 2 years ago, this man right here invited me, and I went and I saw. And you know the thing that impressed me the most and still impresses me the most is that motocross in this country is a family event. Fathers are actively engaged with their young people racing, and many of them used to race here. Jair had a meeting for the people that wanted to participate at Bailey's Bay Club 2 weeks ago. And I attended. I wasn't invited, but I found out about it. I attended because I wanted to see what the response was like. There was over 100 people in that room. And he presented on what the activity was going to be about and answered every question they had confidently. Yes, we're going to damage some trees. Yes, we're going to damage some grass. But guess what? They grow back. And I just wish that we could get to a point where we would give young people an opportunity to, when I said yes to him, I didn't know that he would be able to pull this off. I didn't know that he had enough time. But I was not going to be the organization at the beginning of his journey to say no. We said yes, and he went off and he touched every single base, every single agency that he had to in order to get permission. And so I wasn't breaking any rules. He's had approval from the Department of Parks, who does these types of events in all sorts of parks. And so every process has been followed to get to this point. And I just really would make the plea, say yes sometimes. It's not that difficult. And you'll be surprised at the result.
Can I get some details on the noise pollution? It's a one-day event. It starts at 8 and it'll be done by nighttime. Yes, it's noise pollution. Everything's noise pollution. The airport's right there. That's noise pollution. That car going across honking is noise pollution. It's a one-day thing. everyone that came in contact with has been happy about it. From the people that live Docks Puddle to Bayless Bay to Jamaican Grill to people at the gas station. Everyone's talking about it. So, yeah.
What exactly had to be done to this space to create the track that you need? How long did that take, and how long is it going to take to transform it back into what it was?
It was a long process. It was a lot of cane grass that was like 4 feet high that had to be removed. Bell's excavated and removed it. The trees coming here was a one-way road now because it was overgrown. That had to be cut back. The walking path was overgrown. The brush was overgrown for the walking path in the back. The island wasn't derelict, but it was getting to a point of where it wouldn't come back. On the back end, I can say that we would start work Monday morning, first thing to get it back to normal. All the dirt that's came in for the jumps will be removed. All the mulch will be removed and going back to Southside to say they have dirt for the motocross track, and the grass will grow back.
Thank you, ministers. Thank you, gentlemen, for your presentations, and that concludes today's press conference.
Where you going?
Started out there.
Huh?
Started out there.
Yeah.
Can we get that?